Hello, one and all, and welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to recap UFC 302's main event that happened between Islam Makhachev and Dustin the Diamond Poirier for that lightweight title. But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, click that notification to get all it is that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. Ultimately, this fight card did not live up to expectation, as far as I'm concerned at least. Although there were a couple fights that were somewhat up to par, but the main event that I'm here to talk about today specifically was something that did not catch many by surprise, I would like to say. This was always the likely scenario, even if it was a 51% in favor of the current champion that defended his status last night against Dustin the Diamond Poirier, Islam Makhachev. This fight was, I don't want to say stale, but these two were in many ways mirroring each other for a long duration of the fight. Dustin looked a bit gun-shy. He looked hesitant, and I believe that was due to the fact that he did not know when Islam was shooting for a takedown. So in many ways, Dustin was caught in two minds the entirety of the fight, and that was in between throwing strikes and preparing himself for a takedown. So it was very interesting to see these two kind of mirror each other, and it was just one of those things where they were, like I said, it was a lot closer than I believe many people anticipated it to be. Dustin was pretty successful, in all honesty, defending takedowns for I would say for the majority of the fight, he was able to defend takedowns. But the sheer power of the champion, Islam Makhachev, is just way beyond that weight class. I believe, obviously, guys like former double champ Daniel Cormier commented on his former teammate Islam Makhachev being a lot stronger than what he should be for a lightweight. So, I mean, that's been the case for whether it be Khabib or Islam now, who surpassed Khabib's record for the most for the longest win streak. And it's just the power is just too much for these lightweights. Now this leaves me wondering, what is next for Islam? I mean, the guy pretty much cleaned the division. We have the number one contender who was, supposedly, who faced Islam already, and Islam was able to beat him, and that's in the form of Tsarukyan. So that's perhaps the most logical fight for the champion next. Perhaps sometime the end of this year. Maybe he would consider Conor McGregor if Conor was to beat Chandler. I do understand that Gaethje's still lurking in the background. I really thought prior to the Max Holloway fight that Justin Gaethje would give Islam the toughest time out of anybody in that lightweight division. But unfortunately for Gaethje, he took that Max Holloway fight and fell victim to the current BMF champion, which put him out of the equation, at least currently in terms of contention for that title. I believe made things a lot easier for Islam, because I've said it many times before, the toughest task for Islam would have been that Justin Gaethje fight. But unfortunately, Gaethje was knocked out by the one and only Max Holloway, which put the guy ultimately out of the equation. Like I said, for Islam, it's probably that Tsarukyan fight next. And after that, if Conor wins the fight with Chandler, not saying that that's an easy task, perhaps we will see the winner of Tsarukyan, Islam, face Conor if he was to beat Chandler. What's next for the Diamond Poirier? I believe last night's loss takes nothing away from Dustin Poirier. Like I said, he's only fell to the greatest lightweights, not just of the generation, but of all time, in all honesty. Islam is one thing, but Khabib was a total different thing. Losing to these guys takes nothing away from you. I believe these guys could have been dominant in higher divisions, like the welterweight division. I believe they would have been just as dominant. It takes nothing away from Poirier, the loss to Makhachev, but I have a lot of questions for the future of Poirier. What is there left to fight for? Can he fight himself back to a title shot? I in all honesty, have a few doubts about Poirier's ability to fight himself back to the top of the division. It was a highly impressive bounce back when he beat Benoit Saint-Denis in spectacular fashion, the striker. But once again, unfortunately for the Diamond, he fell short to a grappler. Like I said, it takes nothing away from a future Hall of Famer, in my personal opinion. Dustin the Diamond Poirier takes absolutely nothing away from the Diamond. I wouldn't say that last night was one of his best performances. I believe he was a bit gun-shy. But that's okay. That's okay, because I think when it's all said and done, and when Dustin looks back in retrospect, he will say that he only lost to perhaps one of the greatest mixed martial artists of all time. And I think time will prove this statement, because I really do believe that Islam, if everything goes to plan, will go on to conquer higher divisions like the welterweight division. I believe that champion Leon Edwards have to keep his eyes open and keep eyes on the current lightweight champion Islam Makhachev, because I believe all roads is leading Islam to that welterweight division. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and like, subscribe for more.